ABI, the best.
I'm out of yogurt, so that's the best, cheapest yogurt there is. So.
Here's a special message for those of you who owe the IRS.
I like that Trump bombed Syria yesterday, and Republicans are blaming it on Obama.
Blaming it on Obama. I thought they were just really happy that it happened, and from what I understood,
Well, part of it.
the thing is he did it right. He did the orders right before he went and talked to the guy from China.
Yeah.
I thought, well, that's
well, I like
walk softly and carry a big stick, except for don't walk softly at all. Fucking scream.
What I like is how he announced
These people don't know anything about diplomacy.
when he made the announcement, and how he does this, looking to the left, like he's looking at people, and he's not. He's fucking reading off a teleprompter. And for the last 8 years, they complained about Obama using a teleprompter. He barely used one compared to this. This guy reads like a fucking fourth grader.
10:55 at Como News. So Northwest means we're in this together. New evidence and information keeping you connected. Radio job celebrating this.
And it's
right now as we speak.
It'd be comical if it wasn't tragic.
Stepping up for those who need a helping hand.
It's like a Saturday Night Live skit every fucking day.
Being there when you need us. That's Como News. That's So Northwest.
Como. Oh, we gotta get real news here now.
K-Town Online Trading Academy is bringing their famous power trading workshop to Kent, Wednesday, April 12th, F1.
It's shocking how stupid people are. And, this whole thing of being war hawks. One of the things I want to blame is video games.
Well, you know,
young people
one of the things
somehow think they want to fight in a war, just like they see on the fucking Cold War games.
Well, 5 years ago, Obama went to Congress and said, I want to do something about Syria. I want to take care of this stuff. And Congress said, let them fight it out themselves.
For 6 years.
Yeah. Let them bomb each other and gas each other themselves.
What really caused ISIS, the civil war in Syria? Why? Because we supported both sides, and there were 5 sides, and we supported all of them, and one of the sides that we supported was what started ISIS.
Well, it's the vacuum left in Iraq.
Big name, big news. Sean Hannity, 3 to 6. Talk Radio 570.
There's a vacuum left, and there's also a lot of very, very unhappy Arabs.
Yep.
They're angry about everything. They're angry about the United States interfering. They're angry about what's going on in Syria because Assad is not on any side. He's not on the Russian side. He's not on America's side. He's on his side.
Exactly. That's all
He's exactly like the guy from Egypt and I forgot his name, Gaddafi. And every one of those guys,
Hussein, Shah of Iran,
every one of them was set up by our government to a certain degree so that we could have some support against
well, we were complicit. If we didn't do it, we were complicit. We let it happen. And we would say things like, you know, we're letting the people decide.
Like the Iran-Iraq war.
What's rattling like that?
Cars start to rattle when they get older. Check out the guy in the walker, walking in the middle of the street.
What the fuck, man? You got him on video, which is a good thing.
Young guy, wasn't an old guy.
What is going on? Really closed. What the hell? What do you mean it's going to be? What the hell? You could close the highway. Damn it.
Closed it quite a bit. On and off. Doing the work on this bridge 10 years, 20 years ago. It's
been a while since they did that. Well, it's not that long.
They redid it, and then they had to close it again to redo it because they had to do two different things. They had to tear out the old surface, and then they had to resurface it. Two different huge projects.
We did one of those right after Mom died.
The other one was done back in '99, and they did all of '99. I was telling Austin that 99 isn't quite the same as it used to be, because it used to be all the way from North Seattle all the way out with sand on the sides. There were no sidewalks, except for businesses.
Gravel and sand, yeah.
And the signs, remember all the signs, they're not there anymore. There used to be tons of them. Matter of fact, to some people an eyesore, but to some people it's kind of like fascinating.
It was a Art Deco almost. It was reminiscent of what used to be. And everybody was sticking their foot out trying to get customers.
Before there were cell phones.
And one of the things was that each community along the way came out and said they were going to fight those portable signs. And now they didn't do it. No, there were very few laws passed against it, but most of them disappeared anyway. They said they were cluttering up the,
I remember though, because they'd have the radio and TV ads for stuff, and then they'd have some big thing by the business, like the wacky wave arm guy, that kind of thing, or spotlights at night. Remember how they put up the spotlights, and we'd always wonder what the searchlights were for?
Must be cool tonight. What is it? And we drove to them and find out it's a car lot. What the hell's this?
Or some crummy sale. Clothing sale or furniture sale.
Because it used to be when we were kids, it meant something, a grand opening of something, a brand new movie, big one.
Were they blind to what was going on?
Crown Uptown's for sale again. Back there in Wichita. $595,000.
What?
Yeah.
Is it in disrepair?
Oh no, it's in great shape.
That's fucking a steal.
Yeah.
The Russians have made a deal.
You know what it doesn't have?
Providing
parking
weapons, including their air defense.
Yeah, well, like I said, that area is getting a resurgence right now. The Douglas and Hillside area.
Yeah. I just thought about it. To me, that would be a place to buy and make into an international or national place to go and play. Yeah. Bring everybody there.
It's a dinner
every
theater.
Small art.
Well, they said, why don't they have comedians and music?
That's what I'm saying. Bring everything.
Yeah, but they're not. Current people don't want to do that. I'm 60 years old. That's not my style of thing. Wow, you don't like music?
You don't want to.
But you
bring in
you got dinner theater.
60 years old, same age as you.
Yeah.
I would be thinking about bringing in every act from the classic act era, rock era, just like the art theater is doing now.
Bring everybody you can.
Saturday night, this international blues guitarist woman named Anna Popovic played at the Everett Theater, and I was like, man, I just couldn't afford to do it. I've got the money, but I just couldn't afford to do it. Oh no, it was on the first. It was before I got the money, but. I remember they said they weren't going to have rock and roll there, but then now they've completely done a complete 360.
Yep.
Or not 360, a 180.
180, yeah.
It's coming from the east.
Christmas break, spring break here too right now. I thought most of them took different weeks. That's interesting.
Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. I don't know what the rules are anymore. Well, it used to be like there were everybody was on spring break at once.
Well, I don't remember getting a spring break.
Oh no, we didn't get spring break.
Okay. I was gonna say, yeah.
We did 180 days of school, and if we missed any days, we had to make them up. We only had to make up one that I remember, and that was April 1st.
Well, there's several snow days.
1970. That
we didn't go. You know, most
everybody had
go.
to go to school on April 1st, and I remember because sitting there and watching it snow, rain, sunshine. It was just one of those strangest days in Wichita that you never see.
Yep.
And it was perfect because it's April 1st. But it snowed.
I was working I was in, God damn it. When I was...
Monica or something?
No, I was still in school. But I was over there at Votech. I was working in Votech, doing the, trying to think of what it's called, where you go and pick up the permission slips and everything from the teachers.
Oh, okay. You were, hold on.
Yeah, but there's a different word.
You know, I never got to do that kind of thing. I was never made into a. Never got to go to the.
Well, you know, they were just trying to pass the time with me until I left school. Is all it was.
Yeah, but lots of kids got to do things like do the office things, and I never got to do those things.
Yeah, they didn't let me. They didn't have me do. Well, see, the thing was that it was really weird because at Votech they all treated me like an equal, which was very surprising considering how the rest of the school treated me. You know, they were all good to me and nice to me, and I mean. And I couldn't figure that out, you know. It's like, you know, basically I was doing my job. I know that now. I was doing the job that I was supposed to be doing. And that's all that's required in the real fucking the real world. All you have to do is do your job. You don't have to worry about being called names and stuff like you do in school. And I felt so alien about it.
Well, what I've got to be really upset about that is the teachers did not step in.
Yeah, it's the teacher supported the behavior
They didn't
of the
do
children.
anything at all. And it's partially in Blessed Sacraments because they're being paid. They're being told to don't fucking ruffle the vicars. Don't ruffle those kids because they're rich.
Yep.
Whoever it is, don't ruffle them because these kids are the ones who make this church and this school happen. Their families are the ones who have all the money.
Here come the train.
Brother, it's like so many other things in this world.
Yeah.
Oh, it's passenger train.
Cascade, yeah. Amtrak. That's the one that goes back and forth to Canada.
Yeah.
And I have to say that's probably the way to go.
One of the things about the time when we were educated, though, they didn't know any better. They didn't have enough teachers. Class sizes were way too big.
Yep.
Especially during our era, the baby boom, because we were way too many kids. Having 52 kids in a class is ridiculous.
Yeah, it should have been 20 to 25 at the maximum. You get over 25, you gotta have more than one teacher. You have to. And they didn't.
Sometimes they'd have teachers' aides.
Yeah, but I mean, what good did that do? They were a year older than you were and probably smoking weed with you. You know? Or not with you, but I mean, if they were smoking weed with one of your friends or one of the people that didn't like you. I felt like that at Roosevelt. The first year at Roosevelt with Tim Link and all the rest of those people, it was just amazing. I look back on that, and the terror was one part of it. And I'd like to be able to look back on it and laugh at it like it was River Valley High or something. But it wasn't. There was nothing funny about it. They were beatings every day.
Every year I went to Easton Roosevelt, someone was murdered on the campus. Every single year in those 6 years,
Like I said before,
died on that campus.
The thing that changed so many people's lives around the country actually happened right there at East High in my first year at Roosevelt, when there was that huge protest, and some guy stood up, and it's so funny because I picture him as being John Brown in that famous painting. But he stood up on the table. There's this big, huge ruckus going on, and he's demanding quiet, and he wants to make a speech or whatever it is. And suddenly, from across the room, comes a glass of chocolate milk, and it smacks him across the head, and he falls to the floor, and of course it shatters. And this riot broke out, and I just looked for a door and ran.
Yep.
And that was when they went to not having glasses in the cafeteria anymore. They started having the paper cartons of milk instead of the glasses.
Yeah, you couldn't get glasses of milk.
That's because that kind of shit
happened. I forgot
happened.
about that you had to drink out of the paper cartons.
Yep. Because before that, they had the big steel cabinets up there where you went over and got your glass and pulled the lever and poured your milk for you.
Gosh. Oh, I didn't even know about that because I came in a year later.
Yep.
I mean, I saw a lot of horrible riots.
Yeah.
In the 7th grade. The 8th
Well, the
grade,
one that
in the 9th grade wasn't nearly as bad.
The one that I'm talking to is the one that led up to where they hit Chrome Dome. They called him Chrome Dome in the back of the head with a high heel shoe. Took him down. It was an amazing, you know, and Mom kept saying that I was exaggerating things. It's like, no, I'm not. This is shit really happening.
The way you said it, you want to look back on it. I don't look back on it and go, I want it to have been fun. No, I actually have PTSD from fucking junior high school, and that's all there is to it. I have PTSD.
Yep.
That's most of my problems were caused by Sister Consuela. But fucking College Hill and the fucking ruthless fucking children and Roosevelt, especially the 7th and 8th grade, they were fucking terrifying places. I was threatened with physical violence on a daily basis.
Yep.
And when I finally did have the fight in the 7th grade, it did not improve my standards. Like the old saying is, well, you fight the guy and everybody goes, okay, now he's cool. No, these are a bunch of fucking ruthless thugs.
Exactly.
All I got was, so you could beat up the little guy. How'd you like to take someone your own side?
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, this is one of those guys. He's like a professional fighter.
Yep.
He fights everybody.
Yep.
I don't know why. Okay, I know why now. His father was probably a punk or a drunk or something. His mother
Or non-existent.
Well, Robert Wilson. His sisters, Paula and his fucking 2 sisters. Think of that family. I don't know about the parents, but there was something wrong there.
Yeah, there's definitely something wrong there.
Well, both those daughters were completely
Wacko.
Paula having fucking kids when she's 14 or 15 or 16 or whatever. I don't know when she had her first one, but I knew she had several of them by the time Kevin was fucking her in 1980.
Yeah.
Because she had one of the babies over at the Moore's house in the basement there, and it was by itself in a crib.
Yep. Crawling the road, she's crawling on it.
Exactly. I was like, and I'd gone over to the house before when she was with Jim buying dope, or with Kevin probably. I remember one time the fucking kids were crying because I had gone to Dairy Queen and was eating a cherry blizzard thing. And they started crying, and I was like, oh shit, what a fucking mistake.
Yeah.
Had to
Did you bring
leave.
enough for everybody?
Fucking, this isn't junior high school.
Oh, there it is. Look at that.
You know, I mean, I'm an adult. I get to do things like, except for I'm not thinking about people having kids, because what? I'm only 21 years old. I don't have children yet. I'm not intending to have to go through this thing until I'm in my 30s. That's when you get to be an adult and tell your children, stop chewing the gum or whatever it is.
Why is it wet up here?